life is spiritual. We've had this severally, and possibly we also know the meaning of it, that life is spiritual. When one says life is spiritual, it's not to ignore the material component of life. When we say life is spiritual, it's not to disregard the material component of life. We know that man is a typical example of life. Man he has the characteristics, much more than any other living thing. So it's a good example of life. To understand it better, we look into the creation of man, how man was formed. We have read it severally in the Bible, that God decided and talked to himself, let's make man in our image and after our likeness. And it didn't end there. He went into action. He carved himself out. The image he carved, when he say image, he carved himself spiritually. This is how man is going to be. So after carving himself out, he now went into the physical formation. And the Bible says, he formed man from the dust of the ground, physically. He carved himself as spirit, then went into the ground, gathered the dust, and formed man out of it. That sand formation of man was the material. Then as he breathed into that formation, the Bible says man became a living soul. A living soul. That is to say that the activities you see in man after the breath was released into man, was an expression of the spirit. Hitherto, the sand was lifeless, no motion, no activities. But not until the spirit was released into that sand formation of man, then he said man became a living soul. He started his activities, started talking. So what must have caused that is the spirit. Life is spiritual in the sense that the source of life is spirit. The cause of life is spirit. The material is just the effect of it. So if one says that life is spiritual, yes, it's coming from the spirit. Why man is spirit and living in a body, there is a reason. And we can only know that better when we know the relationship of the spirit and the physical. Outside the physical, you won't know the spirit. And spirit has no place even to operate here outside the body. So they count on the body. Without the body, they are useless. The example is when wind is blowing and possibly you are in your house somewhere upstairs and you look down and you see that the leaves, the tree started dancing, the leaves. In your position in the house, you look out and you saw what is happening. You didn't see the wind, but you saw the effect on the leaves, on the tree. So you now know that yes, there is wind or there is storm. If not of the shaking, the movement of the tree and the leaves, you wouldn't have been able to know that there is wind because you didn't see it. You can't see it. But you can only tell that by the manifestation on the physical things. That is the relationship. Likewise, you can't tell the existence of the physical outside the spirit, like what we saw in man, ordinary sand, lifeless. When the spirit got into it, it started acting out. So without the spirit, the physical is motionless. He said, the invisible things of him from creation of the world are clearly seen and understood by the things that are made. Like the example that I gave, the leaves and the tree are shaking, dancing for what you didn't see, and that is the wind. So you can now explain the wind, that this is wind. So with any other thing, spiritual things, the effect of it, you cannot explain from there. The gift of the Spirit, a word of knowledge, word of wisdom, faith, healing, working of miracle, speaking in tongues. These are gifts of the Spirit. These are manifestation gifts of the Spirit. So when they are operational, what you see is the Spirit you see working in the physical. Manifestation gifts. So for example, I lay my hands on a cripple, and this cripple get up and start walking. God made us spirit so that we can partake in the spirit world. That is the essence of the Spirit of God in us. If you are a partaker, you get hold of it. So the things that you have partaken in the Spirit, you can embody it. You incubate it. That is the process of bringing it to manifestation. That we have to tap into the Spirit, then embody it, bring it to physical manifestation.